Good morning, everyone. My name is Corey. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. As the disclaimer goes, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and do not invest in anything you are not willing to lose or hodl for a very long time. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the news because there is quite a bit. We haven't gotten on in the last 2 days. There has been quite a lot going on in my area of the woods. I've got 2 kids at home. Good news is that I am still working. So between a full-time job, the current economic situation, and kids not in school, it is becoming a little bit more difficult to find time to do videos every single day. But we're going to try to keep up with at least 3 per week during this time. So again, I apologize for not having a video out Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to try to come out with a more definitive schedule, like doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday video until at least things start calming down within the household and things around me for a minute. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. And today's chart looks like we are right at the end of our triangle. I'm, hoping for a breakout sometime today, hopefully to the upside, to sit right around here at this 19-20 cent mark. Again, no promises, no news that would suggest that that's going to happen, but we are at the end of this indicator that I've put here, so I'm hoping for some kind of a breakout. Okay, turning a crisis into an opportunity, China gets one step closer to CBDC. As central banks around the world are cutting interest rates to zero and taking aggressive action against the economic recession due to the thing that's going on right now, China's central bank is accelerating its central bank digital currency plan. According to Global Times report on March 24th, China is one step closer to issuing its CBDC. The Bank of China has completed development of the basic functions of the official digital currency and is now drafting laws that will help its implementation. Apparently, I've seen that in April it is supposed to launch in 100 cities. So as of April 2020, the yuan digital currency is going to be launching. So long-term goal, they believe that accelerating the CBDC plan can help turn a crisis into an opportunity, as cryptocurrency is seen as the most convenient tool to translate a central bank's zero and negative interest rate policy into commercial banks. He added that if there's a chance China is considering lowering its interest rate to negative territory as a final option and directing such a policy to commercial loans and lending, a circulated digital currency rather than MO will be able to achieve that. So just wanted to bring about the idea that China is going to start distributing their own digital yuan. So, Ripple community spots fake YouTube account impersonating Brad Garlinghouse for bogus XRP drop. So I just wanted to show this. It is different than the narrative that I'm doing in the video, but I wanted to show you guys that there are scams all over the place. There are Twitter scams, there are fake accounts, there are YouTube scams, and they're all trying to get you and trick you to send them your XRP. And they aren't going to send you anything back. It is a scam, so just be diligent and look out for these guys. Because what you are dealing with is real money and future real money, and so people are going to try to steal that from you. So just, again, be vigilant, watch out for scams. Okay, so $100 million Ripple investment brings crypto and blockchain technology one step closer to the gaming industry. Blockchain gaming startup Forte is teaming up with 5 developers to tap the technology underpinning cryptocurrency and apply it to mobile and computer games. Forte is touting its new partnership with Hi-Rez Studios, Netmarble, Magmic, Enway, and Deca Games, which will all be joining the firm's existing roster of game creator partners, which include Disruptor Beam, Other Ocean, and Congregate. The announcement comes a year after Ripple, which utilizes the cryptocurrency XRP to power its payment settlement systems, announcing a fund to promote blockchain integration into the world of video games. So it's just another article about Ripple's investment in Forte Gaming, and what they're trying to do is bring about, the digital gaming marketplace, Internet of Value. You'll be able to trade in-game items via the XRP ledger or digital asset ledgers. So that's a cool piece of news. So FDIC begs savers not to start a bank run as Fed prints trillions of dollars. So the Fed obviously is now trying to support the government with a stimulus package, and they are asking people to not run to the bank and take out cash in order to prevent a bank run. Do we see this coming? I don't know. There is a huge stimulus bill, and there's going to be helicopter money for everybody. The bill is $2 trillion, and with the next couple of tabs open here, we're going to go over that. But basically, everybody in the United States is about to receive a bunch of money, and what they're doing is they're saying, please don't go to the bank and take out all your money. Please do not run on the bank. So is there going to be a bank run? Probably. Probably. Okay, Senate White House reaches $2 trillion stimulus deal to blunt the fallout of what's going on. So I've got this highlighted here, a couple different things. The legislation, unprecedented in its size and scope, aims to flood the economy with capital by sending $1,200 checks to many Americans, creating a $367 billion loan program for small businesses, setting up a $500 billion fund for industries, cities, and states. Other provisions include a massive boost to unemployment insurance, $150 billion for state and local stimulus funds, and $130 billion for hospitals. Okay, the stock market rose sharply Tuesday in anticipation of this deal. Yesterday, the stock market went up 2,100 points, or 11.4%, in anticipation that they were going to pass this deal. And up until last night, nobody knew what was actually going to happen, but the deal is passed as of 1:30 this morning. The Senate bill would direct payments of $1,200 to most American adults and $500 to most children, create a $500 billion lending program for companies, states, and cities, and extend additional $367 billion to help small companies deal with payroll problems. It would bolster the unemployment insurance system and pump $150 billion into U.S. hospitals. The bill then more than doubled in size in just a few days. Okay, this pertains to the $500 billion loan program guarantee program. The Treasury Department would be tasked with administrating for companies, states, and cities. Of that amount, $425 billion is supposed to go to businesses, cities, and states. Additionally, $50 billion would go to passenger airlines, as well as $8 billion for cargo airlines and $17 billion for firms that are deemed important to national security. So a $500 billion loan program. Those are where the people are going to get help. Those are the avenues in which this is going to be distributed for those different industries to get help. As we know, in the 2008-2009 financial crisis, there was the TARP program, the Troubled Asset Relief Program. That was $700 billion, and the biggest problem with that program was that the government bailed out all of these big banks and big companies, and then all of those CEOs took that money and gave themselves millions and millions of dollars in bonuses. So it didn't do anything to help companies out. It basically just stole money from the American people and put it in the hands of the 1% and the elite. And so now they say they have better oversight. Send Joe Manchin III said Tuesday. The oversight basically is saying that you can't just exempt everybody and give all your corporate executives based on the backs of the taxpayers free carnival. Well, no duh, right? Like, you're not just going to give every other rich person in the world a whole bunch more money and expect the lower class to pay for it. That doesn't seem right, does it? So, another thing that is going to happen in this is an additional $600 a week for 4 months on top of what state unemployment programs pay. So you're going to have, if you're unemployment, you can probably squeeze out another $600 a week for the next 4 months. And the $15 minimum wage requirement for airlines and businesses that receive funds. So if you are working for, let's say, Boeing, and Boeing is getting a huge bailout, then your minimum wage is going to be changed to $15 so that there is an even distribution of the money that these companies are getting. And again, not one person is getting more and another person getting left behind. There is a lot in this bill. Okay, there's a ton of stuff that they covered. I really, really want to direct your attention to the lifeboats on YouTube. The guy is Sam I Am, or Green Eggs and Ham on Twitter. Green Eggs and Ham on Twitter, and he goes by Sam I Am. To the lifeboats. Section 1, page 1, digital dollar. All right, so this is part of the bill. This video is 1 hour and 11 minutes. I'm not showing you any of it. I'm definitely suggesting that you go and watch it. He does an entire breakdown of the bill that's been passed. The digital dollar is inside of this stimulus package, talking about how electronic accounts are going to be created within member banks of the Fed, and the stimulus money is going to be distributed as digital dollars via these digital wallets through the Fed. So I thought that was really interesting. This is a video from Harvard Kennedy School's Institute of Politics, Digital Currency Wars, a National Security Crisis Simulation. I found this video by watching The Digital Asset Investor and then decided to go back and take a look at it myself and give you all of the information. This is a discussion, an hour-and-a-half discussion about what would happen to the United States if the Chinese government decided to go with a digital yuan instead of using the US dollar for trade. Currently, the US dollar is the global reserve currency. All the countries use it for trade inside the SWIFT system. It is connected to oil. Basically, companies that want to, or countries that want to trade for goods and services need to be using the US dollar sanction system. And they talk about what would happen if China's decided to create their own digital currency, and it shows that they show that like North Korea would start using the digital yuan instead of the dollar. That would allow North Korea to bypass US sanctions. It would allow them to do and build and, you know, be a part of whatever they wanted to, and we would be completely out of control. So one of the big things here is that they're worried about is how do we keep control of the globe, because they are in control right now. And so that is why so this came out November 19th of 2019. And so when I heard this, my mind was pretty blown, especially with the fact that we just saw this tab right here. China gets one step closer to a CBDC. Now, China has been working on a CBDC, and we thought it was going to launch in January. This past January, but nothing happened. Now with the new stuff that's going on, all of the news that's going on, it looks like they are moving forward into a cashless society, cashless being the goal through all of this. You can see it as we turn in cash because it's dirty and it's covered in germs and nobody wants to use it because they're afraid of getting sick. So what a perfect narrative to start pushing this digital currency, right? So moving on, digital dollar and digital wallets considered by the White House Democrats to help unbanked population during this pandemic. I just wanted to put this article in here to confirm the news that's coming out inside of the Senate paperwork. To ensure better access to resources for the unbanked population, the House of Democrats has begun to consider the use of digital dollar and digital wallets. This was done to ensure that the underprivileged do not get run over during the current crisis. Discussions about a digital dollar had surged after financial officials claimed they would be ready to print infinite fiat currencies. Infinite fiat currencies. Okay. If the federal government has the ability to print infinite currency and it doesn't have any reserve requirements left in the central banks, why are you paying your taxes? Why are you giving away all of your money to them? Or why are we going to continue to give all of our money away if they just have the ability to print whatever they need anyway? What's the point in forcing everybody to give money? And I'm not talking about now. Yes, we know what's going on now. It's all bad now, blah, blah, blah. But in the future, this is still going to stand around and everything's going to be good. And I hope that they have a better system, because if they don't switch to a new system, then all of us are going to be thinking, well, you guys can just print money whenever you want. Just print your own money and let us keep what we have. And so that's my 2 cents. I don't want to pay taxes if the government can just print whatever they want anyway. It just doesn't seem right to me. I'm going to have to pay my taxes. I'm going to go pay my taxes, but I just wanted to say that I don't want to, because I think it's stupid. If they can print money, I can't print money. They can print money, and it's dumb. Anyway, so after we've got the digital dollar going through to be passed, we've got the digital yuan coming through to be passed, we can clearly see that the cash society is starting to move away. So what are we going to use? What kind of system are you going to use? Your current banking system? Maybe Chase Bank can implement a digital wallet on top of their app already. But I love to see what we've got here. This is Zoom, okay? Sign, sent, delivered. This is a banking app designed by We'd Say Wind, and it is going to be beta launched, and I believe that you can get it in the App Store today. It is a banking app that you can get direct deposit to from your company and have it delivered in XRP. You can hold Euro, USD, you can trade, you can transfer, and so wouldn't it be nice if they had a universal worldwide banking app that they could send this economic stimulus package through to all Americans and as a digital dollar? And so this I feel like is a great solution. Now there are other apps out there. Bread Wallet is another one, BRD Wallet they call it. But I'm looking to this one, this Zoom wallet, more because it's designed by a XRP Ledger developer, essentially. I think he's freelance, but as far as his weight inside of the developer community, I think they'll be more looking at his app. But anyway, I'm continuing to rant, so I'd like to get on to the last piece today. Tom Hanks endures the quarantine with Bearable Guy doll. So this is from XRP_productions at XRP_productions on Coil. Trapped in an Australian facility and unable to have human interaction for an undetermined amount of time due to a positive test diagnosis, actor Tom Hanks has used a stuffed animal, the wily Bearable Guy 123, as his friend and confidant to aid in surviving the difficult experience. We get into arguments from time to time, but I've grown to love old Bear, tweets Hanks of the doll, a cartoon bear that is known for producing cryptic riddles for the world's community of holders and digital assets XRP. To be honest, I don't know what I'd do without him right now. Me and Bear tested positive for the thing. Looks like we might be here for a while. Just hope it's not for 589 days. He's no Wilson, that's for sure. So I love what they are doing here. XRP, the Standard Productions, does these funny, fictional stories on Coil, and they bring some really great comedy to the space, and I thought it would be fun to promote this guy. I love all of his articles, and I think that I'm going to continue to do that through this channel, so continue the great work. Love reading it. And I hope that everybody enjoyed the content for today's video. If you did enjoy the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing episodes as of right now. It's going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're going to take a couple days off during the week in order to make sure that everything else is still staying sane inside of the house and that everybody else is happy, healthy, and wise. So thanks again, guys, and I will see you in the next video.